All right, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. I'm going to get this party started. Welcome to the Idea Factory. It's a Friday. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna, all right. All right. Well, welcome to Friday's Idea Factory. Hey, I want to introduce myself if you haven't joined me before. My name is Drew Demery. I am a coach with the company called Freedom Companies. We're an independent coaching and training company. We primarily specialize in coaching up real estate agents. So the goal today is to honor your time. It's 10 o'clock. We're starting on time, and our goal is to get through this in 30 minutes so you can um, go on with the rest of your day, right? All right, so last week we talked about the what we call the 7 habits of the failure cycle. We talked about, yes, success is amazing, but most of us learn from our failures, right? We learn from past mistakes or past choices that we made. So we're just going to recap the last 4 to finish this out, and then we'll kind of roll into the ideas that we have for today. So we already covered the first 3: no prioritization skills, procrastination, and time bandits. So that leaves us with our last 4. So these are things that as a coach, when I'm onboarding a new client, I look at these as possible signs of things that we can do to improve either their systems or their mindset. So number 4, when it's coming to building a business, really focusing on what is going on in the negative space, the negativity you got going on either in your self-talk or in the people around you. So we talk a lot about who you hang out with matters, right? The always kind of the cliche is the 5 people you hang out with is going to be the determiner of your success, right? So who are you hanging out with? Are they negative or positive? But the biggest one you hang out with is yourself, right? That negative self-talk. And so if you've ever heard me on Mindset Monday, mindset is a huge thing because we all have to go through challenges in our personal and business life, but how we react to them is important. Number 5 is resistance. Really, a lot of times when I'm coaching individuals, resistance is the biggest thing. They say that they want accountability, they say that they want systems and models in their business, but they resist the change or they resist the accountability, right? So there's usually fear behind that. Oftentimes, it's not the fear of failure, it's actually the fear of success because their momentum as they're gaining success, they feel like they're, quote, losing control. So just think about that as you're going into building these habits and fun things that you're doing in your business. Number 6 is chaos. So a lot of people that I talk to, the number 1 word they use starts with an O: overwhelmed. A lot of agents are feeling overwhelmed. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do first. They're having challenges with prioritization. That's, as a coach, that's what we focus on. But I'll tell you, simple hack, it starts with around the environment around you, right? So literally, where are you working from? Are you working from your office? Is it chaotic? Is it not organized? So I will tell you, those of you, aka me, that are a control freak, it starts with organizing the chaos around you. And the last one, just to kind of coach you guys up, is very common in like a failure cycle. You feel like this isolation, you feel like you're alone, it's only happening to you, or that you don't have the support that you feel like you need, whether it's from your spouse or partner, from your brokerage, from your coach, right? So making sure that you realize that there are opportunities out there. A lot of times you do have to be the squeaky wheel and ask for help. So just wanted to recap that to kick off this session. Remember the 7 habits of the failure cycle. Very important when you're looking at building habits, specifically in this idea factory, we're talking about lead generation. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to read you something else, and then we're going to go into the fun ideas that we have for this week. I want you if you haven't read this book, you need to. The Compound Effect is one of my favorite books. And it's called The Magic Penny. And I'm only going to read like literally this one little paragraph because I want to give you the framework of what this is. So if you're given a chance between taking $3 million in cash this very instant and a single penny that doubles in value every day for 31 days, which would you choose? If you've heard this before, you know that the penny gamble is the choice you should make. You know, it's the course that leads you to greater wealth. Yet, why is it so hard? to believe choosing the penny will result in more money in the end? Dun dun dun. We all know the answer to this because it takes longer to see the payoff. So when we're doing these idea factories or when we're coaching people up, I know that everyone wants the silver bullet. Amen. I do too. And yet we know if you look at the illustration on here, it's all about compound interest. It's all about really that 1% better. And so the magic penny approach really kind of magnifies in 31 days. Obviously, you see here $10 million in return, right? And so it's just a metaphor, but I want you to go into some, if you have watched the previous sessions, if you haven't attended, no worries. I will send them all to you at the end of the series so you can watch all of them. A lot of these ideas just take time and it's consistency. So not just doing it one time or two times, right? It's really consistency. So I want to just encourage you to use the magic penny approach, that day one, day two, try these ideas, be consistent with them, tweak them a little bit, right? These ideas are coming from coaching clients that we coach across the United States and Canada. They work in their market. They might need to be adjusted in your market, right? So there's a little bit of variation. And also just put your flavor and flair on it. It's your energy, your vibe, your business. So we want to kind of work our way through. Okay. So we're going to get to the ideas today. What is that? I don't even know what that is. So one of the first things I want you to consider, and again, this may be an old school concept, but it's something that definitely has been around for a while. But at least in the Richmond market, expired listings are coming back at a flurry. So one of the things that we are seeing more and more agents are doing, which is amazing, is getting proactive with that, right? Because we all know that listings are the way you should focus your energy, especially in the market that we're in with low inventory, rising interest rates, challenges with getting buyers pre-approved. If you have listings, you have control of the market, right? So we had 144 properties in the last 30 days here in Richmond. Of course, you're going to cross-check them to make sure they haven't been relisted. You're in a different market, obviously pull up your data and see that. But the idea is not only to obviously call them, but to drop off a packet. And this is something I personally have done for years as well. And many of my clients literally have started doing this and already got taken listings by doing it. So they use a full color marketing flyer. So it's beautiful, it's pretty, it kind of gives you the first impression of what marketing you would do for that client. You also will print out the old MLS listing. I recommend circling a couple things. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It could be the price. It could be a photo. It could be the description. You're not leaving an explanation of why you circled those things. I call that like the breadcrumb. So get a simple Post-it note and literally do a simple message. I have some ideas on how to get your home sold. Call me and put your phone number. Very simple, duplicatable, right? So we want to do multiple flyers, multiple listings, and multiple Post-it notes. Keep it simple. Don't get complicated. Don't actually go in and find the solution to why it hasn't sold unless you're called or hired to do so. But this is a good way to show personalization. Doesn't look like it's been mass mailed or sent. We recommend delivering it to the home by putting it in a colored envelope. And then I would route plan things. So at least in our area, there's different geographical areas. So we want you to save time and money, right? And then just drop that off at the front door and make sure there's a call to action to do so. The reason why I put this up on the screen is that there's beautiful templates already created. And so I don't want you to be in creativity mode. I want you to be in action mode. So today I'm actually basically covering everything in Etsy. So I joke, I'm not actually sponsored by Etsy, but I should be. So first of all, I want you to kind of see literally when you log into Etsy and you type in expired listings, there's all kinds of information from, I personally like this one. It's simple, it's clean. Some of these are freaking long with a lot of information. Some of them are obviously multiple pages, things like that. But look, at $4, you can have an expired listing. It's already going to automatically download into Canva. You can customize it with your colors and your branding and your legal requirements inside your state. But that's a simple way to get in front of people that already have their hand raised in real estate that want a professional like you. So Try that out. Give me feedback on if it works for you. I can personally tell you it's worked for me and multiple clients. But again, it's a simple way to do that. And don't overthink it, right? Go in there with just a simple approach of just dropping it off and having a conversation. Okay. All right. Second one, we call this the glue. So we are a big fan of relationship-based real estate transactions. That's how I build most of all the businesses that I've started, and most of the people that I coach in real estate do this. So we actually call this glue, giving a little unexpected extras. And so making sure this is systematic so that you're, number one, not spending so much time or money on things that you don't need to be spending on. It truly is the concept of the thought that counts, right? So very simple. What we do is we scroll through social media. We take screenshots of people that are in our lives, past clients, relationships that we want to nurture. And we see those life changes that happen in their life, some positive, some not so great. But one thing you got to remember, that in real estate, it generally is connected to a life change, right? When someone is getting married, they might often have two houses and they're going to sell one. They're getting divorced, they're going to obviously separate and have a separate house. Birth, of death, running out of space, downsizing, something like that. Pets, huge, right? That's an emotional connection. They don't always move because of that, but it does show that you care. So what we here at the Freedom Companies do, and many of our coaching clients have done, is systematically finding the items that would match all these descriptions. So you see them on the screen, and then save them on a Google Doc or save them just as a saved document website sort of thing, right? So again, Etsy's very easy to do, right? So I will tell you the number one wow gift, or the glue gift that we actually give, is the loss of a pet. So when we see someone lose a pet, we instantly mail them this $6 little customized gift. And I am telling you, I get text messages, I get emails, I get phone calls thanking me because their pet passed away and it meant so much to them. So I want you to think about things like that. Obviously, there's like, there's all kinds of stuff in here. I don't even spell wedding anniversary. Just go check in, right? There's all kinds of little things in here. I'm a little cheap, so I like little things that are not going to cost a lot of money. So second idea is to really connect with those items that are going to stand out. So last thing on this mindset is, oh, well, the moment has passed. It's too late. I already saw it on social media. It's already been their birthday and now it's 5 days later. Get over it. That literally is a thought that counts. And actually, you stand out more. Let's just say that today is my birthday and I get all of these messages and all these text messages, which is amazing. And I feel so great about it, right? Your text or your email are all the things that you're doing to show love for me. I might have missed it just because I'm overwhelmed with the gratitude, right? 5 days later, things are quieted down a little bit. I get something in the mail from you for my birthday. That's gonna sink in at a deeper level, right? So I want you to really be aware of, because I hear this all the time. Oh, well, I had good intentions, but I waited a week or waited 2 weeks. You know what? They're still grieving with the loss of the person or the pet. They're still celebrating the wedding anniversary throughout the month, right? So I want you to go into a mindset that when you really are going to love on your database, that it doesn't matter. It's the concept of really the thought that counts, okay? So I want you to go into that thought process. All right. Next. So this one is not a new one, but when I coach people, this is one that is probably the number one thing that they stopped doing when they either got busy or when they kind of hit a few years into the real estate world and they kind of lost track of their business as far as how many transactions. So I will tell you that past clients are always going to give you the best referrals. So I hear all the time, oh my gosh, I haven't sent anybody to my past clients, anything to my past clients in the last 3 years. Here in the real estate industry, we call them orphan clients. When you as a real estate agent don't continue to follow up, then me as a new agent coming into the marketplace, I'm going to take your client. There's legally, ethically, morally, every opportunity for me to do so, because we know legally that once the transaction over, they're no longer, quote, your client, right? Don't let that happen to you. Don't let there be orphan clients. So, okay, if there's been 2 or 3 years that you've been off the radar because you have other things going on, jump back in, jump back in. So all past clients since you've been in business, go all the way back. If you're in business for 15 years, I know it's a lot of people, but build a system. A lot of times we just go into MLS or go back into your transaction software that maybe your brokerage have and pull all the transactions that you possibly can pull. And I know there's sometimes off-market deals or new construction that isn't connected to that. Do your best to at least create an archive history. Organize a list by month. And then what we do is, and what we coach our people to do is on the 25th of the month, we have a reoccurring task inside our CRM or inside our calendar that you pull the next month's home anniversary. So literally my clients will say, how many do you have for September? And they'll say 13. I'm like, great. So you already have the list of people that are for that month, and get them out, right? Whether it's mailing them something or dropping it off. And don't worry about, okay, it was on the 16th and you're dropping it off on the 5th. Dude, they don't even remember the specific day. They probably don't even remember the month, honestly, right? So again, Etsy has some great things. This is a simple, cheap one that I think is easy. It has a business card. I have the tendency to see people take this cute little home anniversary and throw a gift card in there. $10, $20, whatever gift card that is, rather than your business card. Obviously, insert your business card. But I will tell you that people that are doing this consistently are getting calls, because you may think there's bias that person has only been in that house 2 years and there's no way they're going to sell. This is their forever home. I mean, I've heard it and I've seen it. I witnessed it with my clients. And then you get the call and a life change happens, right? Their kid, got a job transfer to Colorado. Now that their daughter is pregnant, so now they're moving to Colorado to be with the grandkid. Obviously unexpected, right? And life change, right? And now they're going to sell their home. Because of the way the real estate market is, we're also seeing people downsizing, shifting, changing because there's equity so quickly in houses. So the old school methodology was they don't move until like 7 to 10 years. I'm seeing across the board, people are moving faster than that right now, just because of the way the transient, the way the COVID and kind of this tech working from home environment has changed, and also the equity, right? So obviously, very simple, drop a note of gratitude, do something simple like, hey, can't believe it's been 3 years since you bought your home. Congrats, let me know if you need any other real estate needs. Not rocket science, but it's an idea that needs to be reintroduced, especially in this market when you're trying to focus on sellers. So hopefully that is something that you'll adopt, or if you haven't adopted, or if you have adopted, you're continuing. So I want you to keep being inspired by that, okay? All right, and then one of the last ones that we have on here is direct mail. And I am telling you, direct mail is not dead. It just has to be strategic and it has to be of quality. Using a just sold postcard one time is, in my opinion, and what I've seen through coaching clients, is a waste of money. There is no such thing as a one touch. What we are seeing is that making sure that it's sticky, right? So what sticky means is that it has to be something that that the consumer will not throw away, right? So I know I love, and I have a picture of it, of the cute market updates of how many days on market and what the average price is. If I'm not buying a house, that's not sticky to me, right? I'm going to look at it, oh, look how cute, and I'm going to throw it away, right? There is nothing that I am right now in the market that I am, that's not sticky for me. Sticky things are coupons, are local events, are vendor spotlights, things that I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stick it out of my junk drawer. Or you know what, I'm going to throw that on my refrigerator so I can use that, right? It's literally the old school methodology that I got my realtor years ago of like the blueberry muffin concept, right? So the reason why real estate agents in the old school back in the day did that was because that they would give recipes to someone and they would hold on to it, so they'd make those blueberry muffins eventually, and they would see, Sarah's name and think, oh, real estate. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of a muffin recipe, but I'll tell you that you're a living local. You're a local resource. And if you provide them real estate updates, vendor spotlights, fun things to do around town. I've seen somebody really focus in on because they have children and the demographic that they serve is children. They do a lot of fun weekend, like free things for children around town, and people save that because they want that. So this is an example again on Etsy because I'm not the most creative human in the world. Let me click on this. I think I am. It's close to the bottom of this. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up this way. There we go. Literally, I just typed in real estate newsletter and look how many options there are. There's tons, $7, $3. I personally like this one because again, I will tell you overall that this stuff has way too much wording. So a lot of times when we're coaching our clients, when we're designing, whether it's social media content or print content, less is more, right? So two things, real estate agents put too much stuff on paper and too much stuff on social media. The average attention span is like 9 seconds. I don't want to read all this, right? I'm busy. I'm looking through that. So what I would coach you to do is when you're sending this out, make sure it's clean, it's simple. It doesn't have to have the 10 commandments on there. The last thing on this is that sending it to your top 100 clients. This doesn't go to everybody. Postage is not cheap. Mailing is not cheap, right? We want to make sure this is going to the cream of the crop. So this is something you might want to write down. When we're organizing a client's database, and what we do is we go into our client's database. So when we coach people, we literally log into whatever CRM they have, and we look at how they're categorizing their CRM. And one thing we're looking for is the top 100 clients. Top 100 are people that love on you, that will give you referrals, that are your biggest advocates, that really are rooting for you, right? We're not going to mail these to people at an open house. We're not going to mail these people to internet leads that you got, right? We want to make sure that the top 100 people get the highest quality. And we sort databases based on return on investment of time, and return on investment of money. So if we're coaching people to use these ideas that cost money and is going to take time, then we want to make sure it gets into the client's hands that are actually going to appreciate and use them. And so many of you may know that I have my daughter, Emma, 18 years old right now. She's off to college. This is something that's just a standard in our house. 100 flyers always go out, even in the coaching world that I'm in. 20 years in real estate, fold, envelope, stamp. She knows the drill. So incorporate this into your business. Come up with a fun idea. Be consistent with it. Don't change it up too much, right? Obviously, change local events, change the market stats, change the vendor, but build the same consistent look, the same color scheme, everything like that, and incorporate some help into the family business, so to speak. All right. So those are some ideas that really have been around for a minute, but I really think between giving them a little facelift on what the current market's doing, and number two, building them back into your consistent habit, I think you're going to find some fun things going on in that space. I think that is it. So we have one more next Friday, and we're actually going to do jam-packed. We're going to do 6 new ideas next week. So we typically give you like 2 or 3 each week. Like I said, I'll email you the recordings of all the sessions with all the links and all the websites and all the ideas. If you are looking for coaching or training in your area, we can do virtual training or in-person training, depending on where you're located. So scan this QR code and hang out with us at a training. We're doing a lot of, yes, Bernadette said, are these slides available? Yes. So I will be sending the slide, I'll be sending the recording, and I'll be sending all of the links to the websites and resources that I have today, because I know I talk fast, and I know some of us need to just kind of look at some of these slides and kind of give a refresher. So if you have any ideas, you know, one more week, and some of these came from just clients that I've had over the time in the courses of the years I've been a coach. But if you have any fun ideas that you are using to lead generate in your space, I'd love that and give you credit for that. Reach out to me at Drew at the Freedom Companies. And otherwise, that's kind of the end of this session. Have a great and productive week. Again, the idea behind the Idea Factory on Friday is just to inspire you to stay in action, be in motion, because the market is changing in a good way if you're in it. If you're not in it, if your mindset's not there, I can definitely see how this market change is shifting you in a different direction. So I encourage you to get into action, try some of these ideas, and let me know how it goes. All right, everyone, have a great day, and I'll see you next Friday. Talk to you soon.